Welcome back to the For Against podcast here on Nick Hall Comedy. I'm Nick Hall, joined as always by
Josh Griffey.
Hey. Hey. Hey, I know it's a For Against podcast, but I have an Are You Impressed question for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is, I'm asking the guy who's unimpressed with virtually all no-hitters.
Yeah.
And perfect games.
Yeah. Well, when there's a perfect game, my hair will be blown back.
Yeah.
For fact.
Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
First person since Babe Ruth to start a game while leading the league in home runs. Are you impressed? Did it the other day.
I mean, how many dingers did he hit while he pitched?
I don't know. Like what? Like at the games
in
where
the
he
same
pitched?
game, yeah.
I don't know, but that game that he pitched, he ripped a 2-run double.
Yeah, I mean,
and had 9 strikeouts.
I think I'm of two minds, right? Because I think Ohtani is the shit. I think that's next level. And I think, yeah, players should do both.
Yeah.
But I'm also a super huge DH fan, so I don't know. But yeah, I think he's super impressive. I like it.
Well, here's my thing with it.
Ballsy.
I'm pretty impressed with it. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I drew a line in the sand a while ago because our buddy, is all in on, he's on the Ohtani train.
Okay.
Thinks he's like the greatest thing that's ever going to happen to baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hated his enthusiasm so much about it that I was like, no way this guy is going to be
now
able
we
to
got to build the anti-Ohtani
Yeah, and
case.
so I was like, I just took the side of anti-Ohtani
Okay.
just to like undercut my friend's enthusiasm. But I have to stick to my guy. I can't.
Now you're in.
I can't change now.
Why would we change
So
our
I'm
minds?
just like,
Yeah.
so now I'm like, and he was telling me about this the other night.
So lay out the case.
And I'm just like, yeah, but there's no way this sustains. Like he's gonna have to, pick one or the other. You know what I mean?
Flash in
Otherwise,
the pan.
we're gonna have a 190 batter with a 5 ERA, and that's just it's cool, I guess, but it's
Yeah.
not impressive. And that it may not happen, but that's where I've planted my flag, and I gotta stand. And so now I've got to root for that, and I don't want to because I like the guy. You know what I mean?
He's baby bird soft, right? Injury riddled. I've never seen him whoop anyone's ass.
Like every time he strikes out, I just send the video to my buddy. I'm just like, what a jackass! Look at this guy.
I'll tell you one thing though. I love that this is something we're doing again.
Yeah,
Because last year baseball felt like it shouldn't have even happened. It was kind of a sad,
it was
pitiful
a weird
thing.
year.
Wasn't great. I'm glad we're back to fucking taking bullshit arguments just to spite our friends.
Yeah, it's great.
So I'm pro that. Yeah, man, I think Ohtani's the shit. But if you need me in solidarity to start ripping him up, I'm down.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
that
agree.
guy.
I agree.
As Brock Lesnar once said, he ain't paying me nothing.
Maybe that's what they should have shown at the end of the Oscars instead of like rushing that ending. You know what I mean?
Not my Oscars.
They're like Anthony Hopkins and also Shohei Ohtani pitching and hitting.
Shohei Ohtani strikeout video.
And the winner is Anthony Hopkins. Now Shohei Ohtani.
Sir,
And then he like hits
the
a dinger
Oscars
and they
hurt.
bring the cane out and they like pull him off with the cane. Yeah.
Don't do anything actually good or entertaining. Yeah, is the last guy who I probably love the Oscars more than almost anyone you'll meet.
Yeah.
I still love it every year. It's still a big deal to me. I get really excited to watch. This was without a doubt the worst Oscars
It was
I've ever
rough.
watched. It was not even
I didn't watch
close.
all of it. I watched like the first hour and I was like, yeah, that's enough.
Well, there was this one weird shot where I was like, oh man, we're in trouble. I think it was in like short documentary, something like that.
Yeah.
They panned past this table and this dude's wife, I think, was staring dead-eyed into the fucking camera lens like Carol Baskins imagining what she did to her ex-husband. And I was like, this is live TV.
Yeah.
And like they never said, I didn't realize this. Steven Soderbergh produced that. Famous film director Steven Soderbergh.
Soderbergh? The old 90s hitmaker?
He had a hand.
That dude made
that.
hits in the 90s,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, I mean, this was a shocking twist of an Oscars. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing. So Bill Maher came out with a bit and got roasted online, right?
Yeah.
Where his theory is that the Oscars...
As he's wont to do.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah.
But this one, people are like, maybe he's right. And I was like, probably not. He's Bill Maher.
Yeah, he's Bill Maher.
But he said that the Oscars being so much about that every movie has to be about misery
Yeah.
and sadness, right? That we can't, in a year that we're so sad already, that we can't just go and whatever. So I was like, what, should we nominate Mortal Kombat? Bill Maher, is that your plan?
God, what a piece of shit that was.
It was rough. It was real. Well, I like how they're like, it's bloodier. And I was like, there's a lot of movies that are bloody. It's boring.
Yeah, it was better than Nomadland, though.
I don't know if I'd say that, but gun to my head, which would I rather rewatch?
The story was better, and the story was awful. Yeah.
Frances McDormand, her Mortal Kombat was just how is she gonna fill that
I
bucket?
kind of wanted to just like punch Kano the whole time. I was like, dude, you're not funny.
I liked Kano.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
had some
think
good
he's
one. He had
funny,
a few good one.
but see, I think I saw you in him.
like when he had the laser.
I was like,
beam,
that's a Nick Hall.
When he was like,
role.
"Whoa, I got a laser beam. That's way fucking better than fireballs, you pussy." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool."
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the raging debate: is what do? Do you just shut the Oscars down? They got to stay around.
Yeah.
So how do you make?
Hollywood's way?
Are they fixable?
They can't. Like if they didn't have the Oscars, like nobody would act anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, they still got the box office and the chips.
Yeah, what's Gus Van Sant gonna do?
Remake another movie frame for frame that's garbage.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought it was I would not have. I was Team Sound of Metal. I think you were on that page.
That was a great movie.
That was the best movie nominated.
Yeah, that dude,
by
the
a
dude, I
lot.
can't remember his name. The dude that's
Riz
in it.
Ahmed.
He did a show. I think it was only one season on HBO, where he went to prison for a crime they didn't commit, and John Turturro was his lawyer. And he's fucking awesome in
That's
that show.
a great show.
It was only like one season, but it was good. Yeah,
The Night.
and it was like, and it just kind of like it was just like a little fart in the wind. Nobody knew about it, and it was gone.
Gone.
But he was great in it, and
was
John
great in
Turturro
it.
was great. He's always great, but
What did you think about? Because I remember watching it and I was like, why is there are still 2 more awards? What are we doing? Right?
yeah,
And the Oscars got dunked on in a way. And I was going to ask you this as a gambler, right? Because they rearranged the show
yeah.
because they wanted the ode to Chadwick Boseman,
In
right?
case he won, they wanted that to be last.
the closer. It never dawned on me that the producers of the Oscars don't know who wins the Oscars.
Yeah, it's all sealed until they fucking read them.
Well, because I was asking someone, I was like, hey, I wish I could gamble on the Oscars.
Because if they didn't,
And they
like,
said you
everybody
can't.
would know who won a week before. Because somebody
That's
would.
true.
There's with all those grubby hands, like somebody would leak that.
But what do you think that room was like when they're like, Anthony Hopkins in the movie? 4 people in the
La
entire
La
world
Land.
saw?
I mean, yeah.
Even I didn't make it to see The Father. Like,
Yeah,
you
no.
know what I mean? Like, good
I haven't
Lord.
seen an Anthony Hopkins movie since like The Edge.
Yeah, since he
was
tried
a-
to pretend to be an African American fella in the Human
Yeah, I
State.
forgot if we talked
Should have won an
about it.
Oscar for that shit.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, it blew my mind. I was like, you guys are making a whole show. This is your biggest pinnacle
Yeah.
of the year. Not only that they don't know, but like, you can't find out 30 minutes in advance. So you know, hey, cancel the Chadwick Boseman graphics
Just do
package.
Best Picture at the end. Don't,
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins didn't even show up.
No.
And they say it's because he was afraid to travel. I was like, he also
Well,
he
he's
knew
like
he had no
93
chance
years
of
old,
winning.
too, yeah.
By the way, if you haven't been on Anthony Hopkins like Twitter and Instagram and shit,
He tweets?
he's one of the funniest fucking dudes on social media.
Do you think it's actually him or is it?
It's 100% him. His most famous one is when I found him, is when he's like, here's this new song I like. And it's like heavy metal. It's like, ah. And I was like, what is happening, Anthony? I thought he was like losing his mind. I was like, oh shit, he's on like a drug bender. That's just his vibe. That's like his energy.
What if he was? What if he just?
Yeah.
What if Hopkins just rages all the time?
I bet he does. Just ripping
Like,
him.
he shows up and he's like, "I'm Sir Anthony Hopkins. Thanks for the award." And then he goes home and he just fucking has rails lined up on the counter,
Ripping him.
and he's yelling at his old lady. He's like, "Don't fucking yell at me while I'm partying." He's like, "How many Oscars do you have?"
I am not here to slander
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins winning Oscars. I love that man.
Yeah.
But that was a fucking horror. It was a sad night for us Oscar stands. It's
Yeah.
really hard to still like keep going.
It was pretty bad.
But I will.
You're an Oscar stan.
I'm an Oscar
Yeah.
stan. Yeah.
Stan.
I've never called myself a stan of anything, but Oscar, I feel like I'm like the
Yeah.
last one.
That's because you're a fluid stan. And
Next year I'll be at
sports-
the Golden Globes. I'm more of a BAFTA guy this year, but
BAFTA. Yeah, the
right.
Saturn Awards was my jam, you know.
there you go. The Chainsaw Awards were amazing. If you haven't heard of these, that's Fangoria does the Chainsaw Awards, and it's all horror movies.
Okay.
I think the show was a little over an hour long. That's it.
Interesting.
They just rip through them.
I could dig that.
was
I could
killer.
dig that.
It was awesome.
Dude, I watched before we get speaking of horror movies.
I know we haven't talked in like a week. We got.
I watched the horror series The Blackwell Ghost. Have you heard of this?
I have not heard of this.
Oh, dude. Oh, bud.
You got a gym for me?
So there's 4 of them or 5 of them, I think.
Wait, these are ghosts? These are movies?
So it's a documentary.
A real documentary?
Supposedly.
Oh, you have to decide on your own.
It's labeled a documentary. Check it out. It's on Amazon.
What is it called?
The Blackwell Ghost, I
The
think.
Blackwell. I'm going to add it to my
Something like
Letterboxd
that.
watch list.
Blackwell something. Yeah.
That good, huh?
If it's not a documentary,
Oh shit! I have seen that. This always pops up.
it's
on my
one of the
you should
best.
watch
Like
this.
it's one of the best. Like
Mockumentaries or found footage.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not found footage. It's like it's a documentary.
Okay.
But it's either the most brilliant fucking like marketing scheme ever,
Yeah.
or it's a real documentary. Either way, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still tell people to this day, like people who listen to my movie podcast, Film Alchemist, there are people who will constantly message me and say, "You're full of shit. There's no way you thought the Blair Witch Project was real."
Yeah, I absolutely.
And I was
did.
like, not only
When
am
it
I
came
not
out, I
full of
did.
shit, it scared the fuck out of me. Because I
Same.
remember watching it. We rented it. And I don't know if you remember, this was how brilliant they were. They did like a 30-minute like true crime show
Yeah,
on
dude.
Sci-Fi Channel.
Yep.
Right before that came out, and I remember watching it and being like, this is so shitty, it has to be real.
Yeah. Well, and they
Right.
also like it was at the dawn of like the internet
Yeah.
being really widespread.
They had that wild ass website.
and they made a website and they
Yes.
had and they optimized like search engines.
Mhm.
So if you thought it was dude, I thought it was real
100%.
forever.
Yeah, it took
I
me
was more
months.
blown away when I found out that it was fake.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn. Because I was scared to death.
absolutely. Well,
Yep.
I remember we turned it off, and my parents were like, all right, good night. And they thought it was real too, I think.
Yeah.
And I remember in my head just the anger I had at my parents and like, you expect me to just go sleep?
Yeah.
There's a witch out here killing motherfuckers. Like,
We live right by the woods, Mom.
you expect me to just go down to the basement and act like I didn't see some shit? And it fucking, but that's the thing, I don't think people remember that.
Yeah.
Now, so I love that kind of shit, man.
But that's how I felt with it.
Watching
like,
this one.
And they're quick. They're less than an hour apiece.
Brilliant.
Dude,
I love
you
that
can
too.
blow through them. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, check.
Super fan of that.
Okay, let's get to it here. Some for or against. I don't know if that's the new theme music, but
For or against.
okay.
I got one saved in here too.
This one's from. I don't think we've done one from this gentleman. I'm assuming it's a gentleman. From they.
Don't gender our comments.
From they.
Okay.
Johnny Rebel.
Johnny. Sounds new to me.
For or against Walmart being the best grocery store.
I'm fucking so against Walmart being the best anything.
I knew this was gonna rile you up. That's why
Did I tell you? We haven't talked in a week or two.
I know.
By the way, I am in a furious
Let's go.
email exchange with corporate Walmart right now.
What?
To the point I actually told Amy I need to go to the store and buy better paper stock because I was going to handwrite an angry letter.
Let's fucking just drive down to Arkansas and hand deliver it.
Just fucking whoop that ass. Dude, I fucking hate. I'll tell you that. So this is the gist of my beef, right?
Yeah.
I sent Walmart. They had a pre-order thing when like the Godzilla Kong were coming out. You can get these big 10-inch like pop vinyl whatevers.
Yeah.
And they're like city light colored, right? The erotic light of the end of that movie. And they're really cool. And my son was like, we should get those. I'm like, you know what? We should, man. This is a cool thing for us. So I ordered that shit January 22nd, right? As a pre-order.
Yeah.
They said it'd be here like middle of April. So next thing you know, middle of April comes around. I'm like, where the fuck are these toys that I spent like way more than I'm willing to admit that I spent on these stupid toys, right? So I emailed them and they're like, oh, here's your tracking number. I'm like, that's not what I asked. I'm like, where are my fucking toys? And so I'm on like one of those chats. I thought it was
like
a robot.
the live chat. Yeah.
And I assumed it was a robot.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe it still was. That would blow my mind. But they go, oh, well, we'll see if it comes. And I go, what does that mean? I pre-ordered it. And they're like, well, yeah, pre-orders, like, sometimes they don't come.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what?
What?
And I was like, that's the entire fucking point of the pre-order.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, well, we take the pre-orders, but we can't guarantee that the vendors will fill them. And I was like,
the fuck?
have you ever heard anything?
No.
Because she was talking to me like I was a crazy person.
No.
And I was like, that's the most fucking
We've done
insane
pre-orders
thing.
with Kent Murphy gear before.
Exactly.
And the purpose of it is to see how big you need that first batch of shit
How
to be
many
is.
fucking items do
Right?
I 100%
and then
need?
you base, so then you're like, okay,
Yes.
I sold 100 of them on that pre-order, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once I fulfill those, then I need to start making X amount for the orders that are going to come in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how it
Exactly
works.
right.
Yeah.
And so I was messaging her and I go, do you honestly expect me to believe that Walmart, one of the biggest corporations in the entire world,
Yeah.
has contracts with vendors that vendors can just go, not today.
Nah.
And I was like, do you expect me to believe that? And she's like, it is true. And I was like, it is not. And so
we still got 3,000 more pre-orders. Nah, we've done enough.
It's a Walmart exclusive
We're
item.
bored with that toy now.
Yeah, so you can't get it anywhere, right? So I go in on this lady. I'm like, you fucking... And I start giving her, and at one point she kept trying to reply, and I'm like, you're not answering my question. I go, either you're the saddest person I've ever spoken to,
Yeah,
or you're a broken robot. And her reply was, no, I think that you are. And fucking canceled the chat. She fucking kicked my ass out of the chat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't, but I told Amy, I was like, that fucking was a person, and they insulted me. She's like, maybe the robot's sick of your shit.
Maybe.
Like, what?
Well, they're starting to learn, man. I did that one time on I think it was like Points Better, one of the betting apps.
Yeah.
And it wasn't one of the ones I use normally. It was one I downloaded for like a promo, but I made a bet. It was one of their boosts or something, and I was hammered. And I was
That's when you make those bets.
I was sure that I won.
Yeah.
But I read the it turns out I read the fucking like boost wrong, and I actually lost. But I was like sitting there, and it said I lost, and I was like, no. Like, I hate this. Like, no, fuck that. And so I got on one of those live chats, and I just lit this fucking dude up. I was hammered, and I was just like, you're going to pay me my fucking money right now. You know, it was like fucking Goodfellas, like, fuck you, pay me. Fuck you, pay me. Fuck you, pay me. It was just like, and then like, I just finally gave up, and I was like, somebody gave me a shot or something, and I was like, fuck this.
That was fun while it lasted.
And the next day I woke up and I just felt so awful.
Yeah.
So I went back on the app and I got on the fucking chat, and it wasn't the same guy.
Yeah.
They're like, how can I help you? And I was like, hey, I don't know if you can see it in my account, but I was like extremely rude to a guy on this chat last night. And I was like, I just want to apologize, and if you know who it is.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I was like, if you could pass that on. And they're like, okay. And then that was the end of the chat. So I don't know if you ever got it or not.
You could be a legend in the break room.
Maybe.
Are you fucking...
Yeah, I really did,
you
dude.
Apologize?
Yeah, but dude, I was on one. And it was a pretty sizable bet, too. So I was like...
You're afraid you're going to get canceled?
Yeah.
Because I had that same thing, right? I got the email after. And it's like, how would you rate, Cumbot 23's customer service or whatever their name was? And I was like... And I'm sitting there and my wife was like, what's wrong? Like, she paused the show because I was like... kind of squirming in my seat. She's like, what's wrong? And I was like, on principle, I don't want to be the guy that's like affecting someone's income based on a toy that I don't even need. If they just refund me for the toys, I still have
good
if
to
you
go.
can pan the camera.
Good to go.
I have 1,000 toys in this house. It's fine. But I was like, but also I kind of don't like.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like what she's paid
They're
for.
big leaguing you, man.
What she's paid for is to take my abuse.
Yeah.
And also the fact that
I'm
100% right.
Well,
right?
you are right. They're not paid to take your abuse.
Yes, they are. They're offensive linemen. They're there to take abuse so that I keep giving Walmart money.
They're just paid to lean on the ropes while you punch yourself out.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're in the trenches, right? Yeah. That's what they're for.
They're just covering their face.
Yes.
Until you get tired.
That's their
And then
job.
that's when she goes, no, you are. She waits for you to wear out. She rope-a-dopes you.
You caught me. Just fucking slug
and
me.
then just goes, boop.
I mean, I will say this, though.
Then Logan Paul's you.
I'm going to dive in the first. It wasn't even like a great joke, but she definitely won because the rage that happened in my living room.
I like that joke, though. It's real.
Simple.
It's simple.
Simple.
And she
ripped me open. She eviscerated me.
Like, I got in an argument the other day on Facebook with this guy, and he just like, it wasn't even an argument. I just made a point, and then he didn't like my point, and so he started attacking me. And then I did the thing where I was like, okay. That's like all I replied. And he was like, haha, see? He's like, oh, you're just on here and you want to pick fights? I was like, and my buddy chimed me. He's like, you're the only one just trying to throw haymakers here and failing. And he was like, yeah, probably don't even have enough money to go to a game if you wanted to. Oh. And I just replied, as if. That's all I put. And he didn't say anything else. And I was like, dude, I won that battle. I won that one.
You're really good at that.
Yeah.
I love those on Facebook when you'll see like 85 messages. And it's some guy, like one guy that no one wants to be with. You know who I'm talking about. You know.
Yeah.
But that one guy who's like, this is really what's it. And I know the facts that even the government does. Like the people that are like, I'm on Reddit, so I know things no one else knows or whatever. And then someone will just post like a sassy like Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And they get so incensed with rage. And it's like, you've lost. But that gets back to my Walmart
sassy
thing. Yeah.
Dumbledore.
Oh, that's my always go-to. Harry. But yeah, so I got an email and it's like, how would you rate her? And I said 1 star. And then I I actually ran out of characters because I was typing so much about the indignity. And I actually sent them
indignation.
I sent them a clip from like the Wikipedia. I'm like, this is in there about the customer, the free market relationship that we have entered into. And I went back in and I laid out like a case in like, 3,000 characters or whatever. And so I kept giving 1 on everything,
This is amazing.
I fucking ripped her a new one. So what happens? They send me to the next guy.
Sure.
And so now there's another guy. Hey, what's up, man? I really want to help you out. Because I always end
We like to have fun here at Walmart.
I will never give Walmart another $1.
You're like, I hate all the Waltons. Bill Walton included.
Yeah. Like the end of that show's bullshit. I'm not saying goodnight to any of you. Fuck you.
Fuck all the Waltons.
But yeah, so then he does the same thing and he starts going and he's the one who's like, well, vendors don't have to always give you the item. And I was like, but they do. That's the whole. And so I start going.
I give you money.
Yeah, and
you give me product or service.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
But he had an extra layer where he'd be like, "I get it, man. There's nothing worse." He sent me this. He goes, "There's nothing worse for a father than disappointing his son."
He's empathizing, man.
Yeah, and I was like,
he's a cult leader.
You're the one disappointing my son, not me. Yeah. Like I did my part.
I bet that guy's pretty high up at Walmart. Like this guy is.
He was better.
He's a cult leader
because he never gave in to anger. But his final response to me, right, is said, I feel so ashamed for you in your life, was he just goes, you know what, though? If there's anything else I could help you with, except for giving you that item, I would love to help. And I was like, come over to my house and jerk me off. And he's like, no. And
you said that?
Yeah. I said, come to my house and jerk me off. That's what I said.
You said anything else, man.
Yeah, I said, oh, you're not so helpful, are you? You fucking liar.
And bring the toy.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, and bring the toys. That'll be, you can stick them to my tummy when we're done here. And I was like, so now we're just adding things to the list of things you want to help me with.
Oh, man, I love this chat so much.
So then I got an email, how would you rate him? And so I've been on this chain for like 6 people now.
Oh
so I've just been roasting and getting roasted by Walmart.
Oh,
so yeah.
God.
But back to that, let me lay out Walmart, right?
By the way, I'm for Walmart groceries, just to throw that out.
Why does Walmart need a greeter, right?
Yeah.
It's the same reason that you wipe your ass, right? You tried it. You're not cleaning your ass when you wipe it, right? There's still residue everywhere.
Sure.
But it makes you feel better. That's what the greeter is, right? Is, hey, look, we're friendly and folksy. No, you're not. You're about to enter a store where all they do is cut corners and have trash items. And you expect me to believe based on everything else Walmart sells, which is the shittiest of everything they sell is the shittiest version of that item. Why would I then turn around and expect that their produce and meat section is somehow this sterling ivory tower?
Good turnaround there.
But that's what I mean, right? Because the box section, like the fucking cereals or whatever, that's all the same in every store.
Just saying, bro.
Well, make the case. Why would you trust
Because I can walk
Walmart?
out of there with $200 worth of groceries for about $38. You know what I'm saying?
That's such horseshit. That's not true.
Plus, maybe I need a new tank top. Boom, right there. They got one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe I want to, maybe there's a Rubik's Cube I want to buy.
Seems likely.
Get some fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch and a Rubik's Cube. You know what I mean?
A snack for my brain, yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom, yeah.
Well, what about Target, which is a better
I like
store?
to break a mental sweat,
What
too.
about Meyer? Well, I don't know if we have Myers.
Not as cheap.
Myers with a J.
Meyer.
I think they're all the same. Target is cheap for groceries. Target's better. I'm a Target man.
You've been to Myers?
Myers? Yes, I've been to it.
Both of them?
There's a Myers here that is actually a great place to buy Magic the Gathering cards.
You missed my joke because there's no S. It's just Meyer.
Is it not Myers?
No.
Just singular?
No, that's an Indiana thing. That's like Kroger's, Myers.
Oh, fuck, I do that.
It's all those. None of those have S's.
Oh, my God. My Midwestern is returning.
No, but like the Myers and Kroger's.
Yes.
That's an Indiana thing. And so the only reason you said Myers, I said, oh, both of them? I don't know where I heard it, but one time this guy said Illinois, and I think it was at a bar, and this guy like from the other side just goes, both of them, and I was like, oh, roasted.
That's probably the person I was chatting
he goes,
to.
Yeah, I've been to Illinois, and the guy's like, both of them, and I was like, and he felt so good. I was like, you fucking killed that dude.
Just slammed.
That's a great joke. Yeah,
I'm out.
Yeah, if I had to rate him, it would have been 5 stars. He definitely didn't work for Walmart.
That That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because I always think of myself as not
So you're
Midwestern
golden
there.
against Walmart.
I fucking hate
I'm
Walmart.
for the discounts, bud.
I hate everything Walmart stands for.
I hate what they stand for, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'm
if
here
we
to save
woke
a
up
buck.
tomorrow and Thanos had snapped Walmart out of existence, I think the country would be a better, less torn apart place. Because then all those people would be like, oh, they'd come out of the darkness and be like, what are we going to do? They'd have to walk. Their rascal scooters couldn't make it over the rubble. Where do we go? And they'd enter like a Target or a normal civilized store and be like, the light. And everything would be better.
But if they go away, then Target's only going to get more expensive.
Does Walmart have Starbucks in them?
No, they got Subways, though.
Yeah. Foot-long pedophile sandwiches.
What you got?
All right. Oh, we're just going to go. Okay, that's fine. I thought I had swayed you, so you're still pro
I'm
Walmart.
still pro.
As a grocery store?
Yep.
If there's one thing you don't gamble on, it's hair product and groceries.
Yeah, I can get fucking 5 Red Barons for $8. You know what I mean? You think I'm cooking?
Yeah, I mean, what's the cost of a heart attack?
You think I got to walk? You know what I mean?
I believed in you.
I don't even know if I own a skillet. I don't know.
All right.
Hot dogs, baby.
A skillet. I wasn't
They
ready
got
for
good wieners over there.
All right. From Hayden Sweet.
Hayden.
I think we've had a Hayden question before.
Probably.
He has good ones. For or against people calling their dogs their kids / fur babies?
I'm for it, but only fur babies can go fuck off. Like that's a stupid. It's just not funny. It's stupid, and you sound stupid when you say it. But calling them their kids, I'm for it, only because it pisses people off with real kids. And that's funny to me.
I see you lawyered me there. You set me up for the unwinnable case, right?
Yeah.
Because I am against it.
Yeah, I know.
And not because I feel proud that I have kids. Because as MTV showed us, you can just have kids all the time from a young age. That's not an impressive thing to have kids.
Teen moms. And they
what
have
I
butt
think
sex.
it is, yeah.
That's an old dinger for it. Teen mom butt sex. That's in the dinger video. It's a pretty boring.
Should have been.
By the way, it's a pretty boring video. Would not recommend.
Would not. Just kidding, algorithm.
I'm kidding. Yeah, go
it.
check it out.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it because I feel like it diminishes my children.
No.
Right? What I think is that it shows an absolute lack of fortitude in the person saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have to call because I've heard people, and this was more when I lived in California, but I would hear people, and we'd be talking about like our children, right? Like, man, my kid, they just keep me up all night, blah, blah, blah. And you'd hear someone like, oh, God, yeah, me too. And it's like, Ruggles over there got into the kibble. And I was
That's
like, wait.
Shit I live for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squeeze? Like, what did you just say? And so it's a needy bitch thing, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I need to feel as important as you.
Correct.
I need to have an attention-getting thing like a child.
Yeah,
right?
I hate those people.
It's the worst.
But I love the argument that it starts. It's fucking fun for me.
Well, there is.
I love being there when it starts.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you're stupid. Look at you dumb. Dumb, stupid fuck.
See?
Yeah.
I'm arguing
That's
for
why
the
I'm
pod, though. But I would never give you the satisfaction. Because if someone said that to me in real life in earnest, like earnestly in real life,
I want to be there.
I would just say, shame on you and your family and walk away. That's what I'd say.
Shame. For shame.
Yeah, but you have...
for shame.
I know that you have to have like a handful of things where like if you hear someone say, you're just like, me and this person, like it's just not
I'll tell you what I hate.
Ships in the night.
Stop naming your fucking dog Bentley. There's
Bentley.
or fucking Harley. There's 1,000. There's 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
It's not cute. You just have a fucking... a Walmart dog. You know what I mean? It's my dog, Bentley. He's a pity. Shut the fuck up. Well, my dog's name's Rhonda, and that's fucking cool. Show me another dog named Rhonda.
Yeah, I don't know where I sit on.
I don't think there is one.
But I think dog names and people names are switching,
It's great.
They're switching.
Yeah.
Because my wife was a nurse, and she had an interesting one. She came in the other day, and this couple were, like, super gothed out.
Yeah.
Like super goth emoed out, right? Like walking in their Gencos and their leathers and their fucking white face paints and whatever. And my wife was their nurse for the twins they'd had in the NICU.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's getting ready to do the charts or whatever. And she reads the name. And the mother's like, I'm really into witchcraft, right? She's got like the pentagrams and like all the shit. And my wife's like, Really? Like, she couldn't just tell.
So is my husband.
Yeah, well, it's not like you're a billboard for I like witchcraft.
Yeah.
Right? And then the husband's like, yeah, I really like Batman. She reads the chart. Their kids' names are Salem, which I thought was exclusively for black cats.
Yeah,
and the son's name is Bane. So, like, someday there'll be a guy like, yes, I would like a job at your prestigious Walmart corporate. My name is Bane.
Well, plus the kid was like, started in NICU, so he had like the fucking, the mask
That's
on,
right.
dude.
That's right.
That's kind of badass.
Yeah.
I was born in the dark.
You just adopted the mask. I needed the tubes. My sister Salem stole my nutrients.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But no, because she sees this. She's like, all the kids' names now are Oliver or some fucking pop culture name.
Yeah.
We're naming our kids after toys. We're naming them like they're toys
That's
now.
stupid.
And so, again, I think parents are the overly needy parents, right? I saw, this is an Oscar thing I saw as a bit of a controversy online. And some lady on Twitter is like, my young daughter decided she had to cosplay as, what's her name? The lady that won for Nomadland.
Oh, yeah.
Zoe Chow, I think?
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, man. Good for her if that made her. But then everyone online's like, she didn't choose to do that. You did that. And I was like, oh, boy. Because I was like, on the one hand, I'm
deep.
like, if she likes that, cool if the kid did it. But I'm like, did the mom actually, like, dress her up so she could get, like, a Twitter hit off of her?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's also very believable, man.
Yeah. I
and
mean,
like,
I'll be honest
using
with
your
you,
kids
like,
as props is fucking crazy.
And I'll be honest with you, like, when Talon hits the age 25, nobody's going to take him serious.
Well, that's what I think in the world of the future, like, they'll all have stupid-ass names like that. Like, every kid's going to have a weird-ass name.
Yeah, like Fungo Pop.
Yeah.
Or shit like that.
I mean, for sure. Like,
although,
there'll be Vision,
like, I'll be honest,
Wanda.
if I don't have kids, but if I did, and, like, Mattel called me up and they're like, hey, just name your kid Mattel and we'll fucking, here's 10 grand a month. I
slap a little tattoo on his ass.
Deal.
Done,
and then,
dude.
like, and then Milton Bradley calls me up and, you know, and then I'm fucking playing both sides.
Yeah.
So
your next kid is Battleship.
It's Milton Mattel Bradley is the kid's name. You know what I mean? Hyphen Hall. Yeah.
Oh, you're a hyphen kid.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the part I actually don't respect. I don't respect a hyphen. It's
you don't like the
wishy-washy.
hyphen? Oh, man.
I can't stand
Pick a
hyphen.
parent.
But also, it's like, can we stop pretending that, like, your last name matters?
Yeah, I don't.
Because I kind of told my wife, I was like...
Well, unless it's like fucking, you know, like Taft in Philadelphia or something like that.
Yeah, but like...
You know what I mean?
Honestly,
if it's like Rockefeller in New York, then it matters.
Stop with the hyphens.
But if it's like Smith, like nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, but like...
Or Hall, like mine, nobody cares.
No one cares.
Yeah.
The point I made to my wife is that everyone has always called me Griffey. It's as much a part of my identity as even like having a first
It's true.
name. It's my one name.
I probably didn't know your name was Josh for like the first year I met
Almost
you.
no one does.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was like, if I change my last name, then every person who's called me, it'd be like me just changing my first name for no reason. I was like, no one calls you your last name. You're Amy.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, that was my only plea.
Yeah.
But I was like, for the love of God, we're not hyphens. Like, I'll take yours, you take mine, however it works.
Yeah.
Go for it. I think that, like, oh, you have to write extra to invite me somewhere, right? Because I'm a person of two important paths. Like, no, you're not. You're not. Just fucking pick a new name. I don't care.
Because, like, in high school, everybody called me Hall.
Did
But
they?
once I left high school, nobody ever called me that. And then, like, in college, though, I tried to, like, invent nicknames for myself.
Oh, no!
Just to, like...
You were one of those?
Yeah, but they were just, like, not, like, once was, like, Fitzy. I was like, just call me Fitzy. I just, like, if I met new people... like, one time I was, like, PJ Fudge. I tried that one out. Fergie was one. I just tried out new ones all the time, and I was just trying to get one to stick, so that way, like later in life, I would be able to fill out applications, and they'd be like, "Do you go by any other names?" I'm like, "Yeah, PJ Fudge,
Fergie."
You know, or like if I was ever a wanted criminal, like Nick Hall, may also go by PJ Fudge.
Hey, PJ.
Like I just thought I was playing the long game. I was like, that'd be fun. Yeah. But none of them ever stuck. So yeah.
I always wanted to be like Bear or Moose, like have like a large animal nickname.
Yeah.
Like I thought those were cool.
Yeah.
Right? Slice, you know, something like that. Something actiony.
What is that down Periscope? He's like the guy Nitro, and he's like, he's like, hey Nitro. He's like, yeah, I've been thinking about a new nickname. He's like, what do you think about this? And he goes, Mike.
I
Mike.
wanted to be named like an American gladiator, essentially.
All right,
that was my goal.
yeah. Nitro.
But yeah.
Blazer.
But yeah, man, I'm kind of anti the animal parent run amok.
I'm only for it for the arguments that it starts with real parents.
Yeah. But like
Otherwise, I think you're a
gotta
douchebag.
Come on.
Not you.
got to admit. Oh, I thought
I'm saying
well,
if you're like, it's my kid.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's not.
it's
a dog.
not. This is always the argument I make is that can you leave your kid for 8 hours at home alone with no
I call my
supervision?
dog
It'd be
my
fine.
girlfriend.
Ooh.
That's how I introduce her to people. This is my girlfriend, Rhonda.
That I got to say, not for that.
Well, I'm just saying.
What's their normal reaction to that?
They're just like, oh, that's cute.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
when
not like, we
that's
need
like
to
one of
help
my
this
pickup
dog.
lines with girls. Like, I have a girl. My dog is my girlfriend. They're like, oh, that's cute. I'm
But
like,
do you
well,
say like, this
Yeah.
is my girlfriend?
Yeah, so-
like serious, or do you do it a little? This is my girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I give them the wink. Yeah, I do.
This is my number one
I
gal.
got the old grandpa joke 'em. You know what I mean? Right here, hello. Yeah, she's wild. Yeah, sit on my lap.
Do we have to run in my bedroom now since you're so wet?
Yeah, name's Harvey Weinstein.
Just hit him with all
Hey.
the bad jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I don't know why I never thought of this. Speaking of terrible people like Harvey Weinstein,
Okay.
it just hit me the other day, and I was like, if I ever bartend on Halloween again, I'm going as Bill Cosby.
Really?
Yeah, because like I'm making drinks for people all night. If I just had like the sweater, I was like, why didn't I think about that?
That's
Like, here's your drinks, doll.
wow.
I was like, why? I was like, that's so obvious. It's right there. It's always been there. Like it's every bartender
That's
should have been
solid.
doing that. Yeah,
That will be shockingly memorable the night you do it.
yeah,
That will be a beloved joke
So-
for the fans.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm for it for the fights.
No, fuck these kids. Fuck these dogs. Stop bringing your dogs into stores. Stop bringing your dog everywhere you go. If it's an outside activity, cool. Everywhere else, fuck off with the
Yeah,
dogs.
your
Leave
emotional
your fucking
support
dog at
peacocks.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the other people, too. Because they're like, I need someone to give me an extra compliment on this dog.
Yeah,
So I'll have it with me at Walmart.
yeah,
No one cares. We all have dogs,
Yeah.
right? We can go on the internet for dogs. No one needs to see your stupid fucking dog. Keep it at home.
Yeah.
It's not a baby. You had no part in making that thing.
yeah.
Just enjoy
I
the
agree.
company they give.
All right, here we go.
Against, man, I'm very negative today.
This one's from long-time listener, first-time caller, life on Beth Rowe. I should
program
have
manager.
led with this one because we were talking about the Oscars, but for or against movie trailers.
4. Super 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
against.
Why? Why could you be against a movie trailer?
Because like 9 times out of 10,
Okay.
because a lot of movies suck. A lot of them
Yeah.
do.
Most movies suck.
But then the trailer comes out, and
Yeah.
all 4 good parts of the movie are in the trailer, and
I
then
see
you go
what
see
you're
the
saying,
movie,
yeah.
and then it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And then also they're like, and then I hate the people that are like this. They're like, I'm not watching the trailers because I just want to be totally surprised when the movie comes out. Like, just shut up.
You're like, what movie? Ant-Man 2.
Here, I'm gonna give you the gist of the movie, right? Okay, here's what's gonna happen. You ready, pal?
Yeah.
Okay. Main character, right? He's gonna be faced with a problem
Yeah.
pretty soon, pretty early on in the movie, and then he's gonna decide to face that problem. Okay, then we're gonna have a little fun, and then something's gonna happen in the middle. He's gonna get a false victory, or like
It's not as fun anymore.
something's gonna get taken away. That fun starts dissipating, and all of a sudden, those bad guys or whoever, they're gonna move in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna feel like everything's gone, and somebody's gonna pick him up, and he's gonna win.
It's going to win.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But this is the thing. Imagine, so a movie comes out like...
Just make it funny, in
Yeah.
between, or like scary, or
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
me Casey Affleck and fucking let's go.
But imagine, so like a movie like Nomadland comes out,
Yeah.
and it has
Why would I want to watch that trailer?
But that's... Because so you don't
This
watch the movie.
summer,
So you don't watch the
Nothing
movie.
happens in the Great West.
Well, right. If I heard the title... If I was at the cinema... And I looked up and I was like, what am I going to see today? In the rare world where I wouldn't know what I'm going to see, I'd be like, Nomadland.
Yeah.
I would imagine like some Mad Max post-apocalypse showdown.
Yeah.
And then I'd go in and be like, oh, it's just a sad lady pooping in a bucket who wants to stay sad and not make
that
a
and
better
then, like,
choice.
People will be like, have you seen the trailer for this? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, but have you seen the Red Band trailer? And I'm like, yeah, well,
that I could do without.
Listen, guy.
Yeah.
I'm not scouring the web for all the versions of this trailer, pal.
Do you know?
Okay, I didn't want to see the first
versions-
one. I was forced to
Yeah.
at the theater.
The theater. After the 30 minutes of commercials.
By the way, I fucking text and I talk through the trailers
oh my God.
at movies. I don't do it through the movie. And
That's
if people
better.
get mad at me at the trailer, like, go fuck yourself. You have internet at home. Go fucking watch the trailer there.
That's a fair point.
I'm getting my last fucking combos in. I'm killing right now, by the way. The people in my row are loving me. I'm doing I'm doing bits. You know what I mean?
Walmart needs to know how rude his chatbot was.
We've been over this. I get in a crowd, and I have a responsibility that I feel to entertain that crowd. You know the feeling.
You've got the gene.
I'm doing bits.
You're doing
okay.
bits.
When the movie ends, I fucking and now for your headliner. You know what I mean? And I go off.
You just walk up. Thank you for that nice intro. This work. Hey,
who here has a wedding? Who here has a birthday today? Okay. Yeah.
Is someone here's wife a real
now,
bitch?
Are you guys married or dating? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just doing fucking just hacky opening act comedy bits.
I mean, I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
For Godzilla Kong again, 'cause my son was so into it. I must have seen 10 versions of that trailer. Because not only were there like the 5 American ones that started a year and a half before the movie came out, there were also all the Japanese ones, the Chinese market ones. And I feel like I had seen everything by the time it came out.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. But I think the trailer, this is the thing though. Have you ever seen that really fucking good trailer? You're like, holy shit.
I remember The Departed had a really good one. I remember Wolf of Wall Street was like the best trailer I've ever seen. Yeah. They had that song, the Kanye song.
Power.
The Black Skinhead. And it was
yeah.
That
was in a lot of
that
trailers.
Was a kick-ass trailer, yeah.
Yeah, but like I remember the first time I saw the Watchmen trailer.
Yeah.
It's like a beautiful like mini teaser, right?
Yeah.
That's all I need. My thing is you get 2 trailers.
Yeah.
That's the new rule, and they can't start showing more than 3 months ahead of the movie.
Yeah.
That'd be my rule. So you get the first one, show me what it's like. If everyone online is like, that trailer sucks, you get one more chance to go to a new person to get it edited.
Yeah.
And that's it. You get the 2. Stop with the fucking 10. Like Mortal Kombat did the, hey, here's the first 7 minutes of our movie. Do you want to watch that a week in advance? And I'm like, what's the fucking point of all this? Like, why are you doing this to us? But you need the trailer. You need to juice you need to pump the engine.
Well, and I'll tell you, like, my hatred for trailers started young.
Yeah.
Because I remember this, and this was before I really knew a lot about movies, but when Half Baked came out, I went and saw that in the theaters. I was very excited about it. I loved it. I was like 7th grade, so I didn't really understand it. I didn't smoke weed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know anything about being high. But I remember seeing a trailer for that movie, and in the trailer, at one point, I think it was Jim Brewer, in the trailer, he's like jumping over a parking meter, and he racks his nuts. No. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, because at the time, like anytime, it still is funny to me when people get hit in the nuts. Well, then the movie comes out, I go to the theater and see it, and that scene's not in there. And
really?
Yeah, in hindsight, it didn't have a place in the movie after I watched the movie, now that I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching that movie, and I loved it. I fucking laughed my ass off. But I was like, it sucks that scene that I laughed so hard at wasn't in there. Yeah. I was really wanting to see what happened right before the I wanted to see I wanted to see the context of that nut smash.
Okay, so
then I've always been disappointed because I was
counterpoint.
Yeah.
You could have lived in a world where you never saw Jim Brewer get his nuts smashed and left.
I could have.
If that trailer didn't exist.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's a sadder world.
No, I disagree.
You want the trailer for the nut smash. The laugh was worth it, right?
Yeah, but then the letdown that I felt.
Oh, that outweighed
usurped it, yeah.
Well, do you remember there was a movie when we were younger called Ghoulies?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it has the little green guy in the toilet, right? That was integral to the marketing of the movie.
Yeah.
That was not shot when they filmed the movie.
Really?
And they went to give him a cut, and the studio was like, hey, where's the toilet scene? We like that. And they're like, oh, we didn't film that. And they're like, go back out and film a scene.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was like an added after because they liked it as the marketing so much.
Holy shit.
That they were like, you have to have him in that toilet. That's what everyone's buying is.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Oh, fuck.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's
there's a monster dressed like Sloth in our toilet.
Was it, which one was it? Ghoulies? Because there was all those movies back then. There was like
Ghoulies, Critters, Munchies.
But Leonardo DiCaprio was in one of the sequels of
Critters.
Was it Critters?
I think he was in Critters
2 or 3 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, Critters is the best.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, it's great.
But I think you gotta have. That's what I mean. I like the idea of a trailer. I wish people were more creative. Like, here's a great one. I don't know if you've ever seen the Texas Chainsaw 3 trailer.
No.
But it starts off.
Not off the top of my head.
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah. Boy, I love the trailer for 1 and 2.
But it's a very famous one, right? Because it's like Arthurian, right? And the lady in the lake. Like that thing, right? Lady in the lake throws him a sword.
Yeah.
So they're doing it like it's this fucking Barry Lyndon, like, outdoorsy fantasy thing,
Stanley
right?
Kubrick.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's a chainsaw that rises from the lake.
Okay.
And at the end it's like, oh, and Leatherface turns around with this like fucking 8-foot chainsaw, and you're like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited to see.
And it worked underwater?
Yeah, well, no, he gets it. It's a magical chainsaw.
Oh, okay.
The chainsaw is family, as they say. But it had nothing from the movie.
Yeah.
It was this little fucking funny vignette. They did the same thing with Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, it's a great. That's my favorite Jason. By the way,
it's just Jason like. No, he's in New York.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh. It's like, would you watch that? Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's still one of my favorite scenes is when he punches the guy off the building.
The best.
It's one of my favorate scenes ever.
Well, my favorite scene in that movie, it's kind of an overlooked one because it's not a kill.
Come on, give me a best shot.
Yeah. Come on.
Jackson.
But he hits him like 50 times before, like tuckers himself out.
He's just fucking.
Yeah, I like when he's walking through Times Square and there's just like the hardcore kids that are just hanging out blasting their music to everyone. And he just walks up and fucking smashes their boombox and keeps walking. They're like, hey! And I was like, the amount of times I've wanted to do that at like a softball field or wherever. Just like, no one wants to hear your shitty. Again, my theorem, the people who blast their music the loudest have the worst taste in music. But I fucking love that. But that's what I mean. I wish they were more creative with trailers.
Well, yeah,
because the point of the trailer is, would you like to sit through?
Well,
this
everybody
for an hour and a half?
It's like you said, because like when Inception came out, right?
Yeah.
And then every trailer for the next 5 years started with, that you know what I mean? And I was like, God damn it!
Yeah,
that fucking horn or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean they need to do a better job. But I love the trailer. I'm super.
I'm against it. Just give me the movie.
I'm super for
just be like, hey, this summer, fucking, Tommy Dick Lick's in a movie. I'm like, I like Tommy Dick.
You're like, oh, Tommy Dick Lick made
Tommy
good.
Dick Lick. Yeah, I'll go.
I'll go support him.
Yeah, I'm in. Johnny Greenwood and Tommy Dick Lick. I'll watch it.
He buys a van and poops in a bucket.
Yeah, is Rob Schneider in it? Yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, let's go.
That was my favorite Twitter cell phone for the Oscars was Kevin Sorbo. Was like, oh, the Oscars tonight? I must have forgotten. It's like, bitch, you have never been invited to the Oscars. Yeah, even when you were Hercules, you were not invited to the Oscars.
Yeah, it was like him and Richard Grieco were like, yeah, Oscars.
Oh, please.
Not interested.
Yeah. Back when I was a thespian in my fucking
I was gonna go, but I had other things to do. Like, no, you weren't.
I had a hair appointment. It's like, fuck off, Sorbo. You fuck.
Sorbo.
I hadn't thought of that bitch in so long. I remember he came out because he came out with like some like anti-COVID, like he's like one of those right-wing fucking crazy people on Twitter.
Not surprised, yeah.
And I just remember when Lucy Lawless came out, who played Xena, who was like one of my first crushes of all time, and she just said, "Oh, poor Kevin." It was like such a fucking crushing, brutal
she
blow.
Could totally beat his ass.
Yeah, you're like,
too.
that's why she was. That's why Xena was better than Hercules because she just smoked him. All right, so final thing.
All right, here we go.
It's a little bit. It's going to start a little political, but it's not.
Okay.
I know you don't love the political stuff. So Tucker Carlson got in trouble this week as he came out, and someone sent this to me. This is how I heard about it. Right?
Okay.
Because I try to stay away from all that shit online.
Yeah.
But someone was like, "Have you seen this as a father?" And I was like, "What? Oh God, what happened?"
Are you like Jay Leno? Did you hear this?
Yeah, right.
Did you see about this?
You hear this? You read about this? You see this? And they said he was telling people that it's child abuse to make your kid wear a mask around, right?
But,
and I think he said like outdoors and all that.
Sure.
Shit. And he's like, you should call the police to help these children if you see parents making their kids wear a mask.
Just empowering Karens everywhere.
Yeah,
like, I'll get him,
like,
Tucker.
What a cunt.
She's like, I was going to call the police anyway today. Yeah. Now I got a purpose.
I am so excited. Yeah, she's on her Facebook live stream. I'm so excited to help save the world. And I was just like, normally I just walk away from this shit and just be like, all right, that's stupid, whatever. But it made me laugh. It's like, what would it take for you, right? For or against Nick Hall, like, that's it. I'm stepping in. Right? What?
Calling a cop on a kid?
I'm stepping in. I have to interfere with these parents' parenting and help out.
Oh, man.
For or against inserting yourself into the parenting.
Oh, man.
What would you have to see to where you're like, that's it? Because I'm assuming, take out, like, someone whooping a kid's ass, I'm assuming.
Yeah, see,
take
like,
out endangerment shit. Like, what is something that's, like...
I'm the kind of guy,
yeah.
like, here's what I would do. If it were me in a situation. First of all, I'm for calling the cops on kids. Just...
yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. It's not like the cops are assholes. They're beating, they'll beat the kids up. I'm actually not.
There's like a whole hilarious subgenre of skateboarders versus parents and then cops showing up.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
Amazing subgenre.
But in terms of that situation, if I found myself in it,
yeah,
I'm the type of person that I would not call the cops on the kids. What I would do is try to isolate the child. And by that, I don't mean like fucking, I'm not kidnapping the kid or anything. But the moment where their parents like aren't looking, I just shove the kid over. You know what I mean?
Push him down.
Yeah, and then I keep walking, and he's like, that man pushed her. I was like, you're raising a liar and you're suffocating him.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Hey,
great parenting.
Uncork your liar before he dies.
Yeah. He's probably losing oxygen to the brain. That's why he's making up these fucking stories.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I would do.
It's only
I wouldn't like hurt him, but I'd just fucking knock him over. Let him know that I'm,
It's like, hey, kid,
I'm in charge here.
Yeah. Fuck your parents. This is my world.
It's like that fucking Bill Burr bit when he was talking about he just went to this party that he didn't want to go to. It was like all these kids around. And the kid just like cornered him in the kitchen. Was just like, so did you know? And like, the kid just telling his stories. And Bill Burr was like, I just had a water bottle. I just squirted it in his face. Like that's me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, it is the worst. Like the know-it-all kid thing drives me nuts because that's my life every day now. Where kids are like, actually, and I'm like, I have Google right here. Like I can read. You can't read.
Yeah.
Shut up. But, because once or twice, like, here's, like, a borderline one. I was at a movie theater once, and this kid's like, Mom, hurry up. And he's, like, right in front of me, right, in the, like, concession line.
Yeah.
And he starts, like, the mom's like, medium popcorn. He's like, I said large, damn it. And he's, like, going in on it. And, like, every time she ordered something, and she's like, can you have a diet soda? I said Mountain Dew.
It's fucking Cartman.
And he just goes,
this kid is Cartman.
But no, like, like on the 8th time, right? And he's like, did you forget that I wanted Skittles? And she goes, oh, sorry. And she looks so fucking defeated. And this kid turned around and saw a line of us grown-ups behind him, and he just goes, fucking bitch. And I was like, because I was like young. I was in my early 20s. But this kid, he literally... fucking bitch. Like, she was just inconveniencing him to the max.
That's incredible.
And so, in my mind, because I wasn't with my wife, because I think my wife would have said something, right?
Yeah.
But I was in my mind, I was like, should I offer to smack this kid for her? Like, should I offer to just thump him? But it was fucking horrifying.
I give that kid a fist pound.
Yeah, but I was just like, it was one of those, I'm like, I'm never having kids.
I fucking woo his mother and I become his stepdad and just fucking ruin his life.
Yeah. See if you'll get any Skittles.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to get married, but in that case, I would fucking change my fucking personal beliefs.
Yeah.
Just to ruin that kid's life. I'd be like,
or you're
new
like,
sheriff in town, bub.
Or
you know
is this clay that I can mold into greatness? He's already got so much spunk.
We see that math homework, you little fucking shit.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know where the line is, because last night we were out on a walk, and I just heard this.
That's when you swoop in, you know?
That's when you swoop in.
Yeah.
You take the mom.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Well, once you take the mom.
I think you're a great mom. You're just, you know what? Let me buy your candy. Let me buy the Skittles. And, if you ever want to, meet up sometime, And she's like, thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Here's my card, And then she calls me. We date for about 6 months. And then I just fucking rush the proposal because she's fucking vulnerable at this point.
She just browbeaten.
She needs the help.
Yes.
I
agree.
So I become stepdad. And at this point, I've never really met the kid other than that one time, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm playing it nice. Well, as soon as we get married, I tell her, There's new rules around here.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we're married, there's new rules around the house. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
8
little
o'clock.
Cracker Jack.
8 o'clock bedtime for a buckaroo here. Not a minute later. Shit like that. It's like Robert De Niro on that movie with like Marvin's Room or whatever it was.
A Boy's Life.
Yeah, Boy's Life. Just beats the shit out of DiCaprio.
You just take every Skittle out one by one, rub it on your nuts, and it's like, you still hungry?
Honey, go to the store. I need more belts. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a super huge proponent of hitting your kids, but that one kid, I was like,
he needed it.
They're like, is this the thing? This is that other Bill Burr joke. Like, there's never a reason. Like, there are kids that I think
there's a reason.
There are some kids I think you have to give them a smack every now and again. Like I never learned. I had to get smacked as a kid.
Oh, yeah, I got hit a lot. I got hit a lot. I deserved every one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was the best because I kept doing it.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know a better way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is the dumbest shit you've ever seen? And you're like, I should say something. But then you look around and you're like, well, the parents are there. What do you do?
Yeah. I don't know that I think I'm against intervening.
Yeah.
Because then, like, there's two outcomes. Then they either turn that anger that they have toward the kid at you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, fuck you. You tell me how to raise my fucking kid, and then you got to deal with that. Or they fucking take your side, and then you actually have to follow through with like disciplining this kid and fucking. You know what I mean? And then you're just stuck in this situation you didn't want to be in that day. Either way.
They're like, we are so glad you're here to help. Here's like, then you turn into the dog whisperer breaking these kids.
you have to let him know you are the pack leader.
The pack leader.
The pack leader.
But yeah, that's what, because it's not even to me about the kid. It's like, once the parent has shown like such a fucking level of tomfoolery, you're like, because this is what I always think too, is like, there's no helping the kid.
Yeah.
Right? Like when Corona started, I told you this, where like, there's a little girl in my yard and I just heard her screaming, stop talking about the dying Corona. It's a hoax. And my wife's like, we've got to.
Like 8.
Yeah, she's like, we've got to do something. And I'm like, oh, that girl's done.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's screwed.
She's been indoctrinated.
Yeah, she goes home every day and that's all she hears. Like, if we tell her something different, it's just going to piss her parents off and we live by them.
Yep.
So, like, who cares if she thinks it's fake?
Yep.
And so, yeah, I think it's one of those, you got to fucking
stuff it deep down inside and hope that it never surfaces, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I do with most of my problems. Yep.
Yeah, it's a brutal line. So, you've been over here. I have like a yard full of kids all the time.
Yeah.
And you see shit all the time and you're like, where's the line?
This is like, it's like the middle American neighborhood.
Yeah.
With it's all families. And
all
nothing wrong with
that.
Nothing wrong with that. But it's like what you see in the movie. Just kids everywhere. You know what I mean? It is.
Yeah. But it's one of those you see all the time.
It reminds me of the neighborhood I grew up in. Like not like it was a much more trashy neighborhood. But there were kids everywhere. Like we were fucking right. You know what I mean? Like we're on our bikes 24 hours a day, just fucking cruising the town. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have seen the stir when my kid pulled his dick out at the park the other day.
Oh, power move.
But that's because I told him, I was
gotta
like,
show it to him
I was
sometimes.
like, he was in a peeing his pants phase, and I was like, dude, just go find a tree and pee on the tree.
Take a piss.
Everyone will understand you're 3.
Yeah.
Well, what I didn't understand is that he took that so literally.
Yeah.
That he doesn't do the tree part. He just finds anywhere. And wherever he is, because I just hear this, all these kids are like screaming, and he's just walking around this dick hanging out. And I was like, yeah, boy. So, like, I'm probably.
I'll be honest, he likes to be naked a lot anyway.
Loves it.
I walk over and the kid just starts taking his clothes off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's at that age. But someday.
Like, he's just watching cartoons. He's like, don't want these pants anymore.
Yeah.
Gone.
But, like, what happens when someday some lady steps in?
Yeah.
911, we have a child pornography situation.
We have a parent that's enabling exhibitionism in the park. Yeah.
Dude, it's wild. But that's I'm trying to think, what is the thing you hate most in grown-ups?
Their shitty fucking attitudes.
Okay.
No, really though, like just that the like this fucking thing that adults have, that they think that just because they're adults that you should believe what they're saying.
That's really interesting. That's your biggest pet peeve of grown-ups.
100, like people that think that want me to believe that they're smart when I know when I know that they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and small talk.
So even that,
yeah.
If you saw that happening, would you be like, I've got to save this kid from these parents?
No.
No.
No, because
Anything
again,
that's not like their life's in
because
danger.
then
you're out.
I'm in some way I'm injected into their life for a certain amount of time, no matter how it goes.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather just look at them and just know that I hate them.
Yeah.
Instead of speak to them and confirm that I hate them.
Yeah.
I'm good with my belief that I hate them.
Yeah.
And I can live with that.
What's the hard thing? Because I think sometimes I get in these spots where I see other kids in like behavior, and I just look at the parents like, "Are you gonna fucking do something?"
Yeah.
And the horrible thought I have in my head is like, "They're gonna learn someday."
They're
Something bad's gonna happen, and they deserve that pain. And I'm like, "Don't be that guy." But I'm with you. I think it's too fucked up to like step in.
There's a guy that goes to Chucky's bar, and he's maybe the biggest idiot that I've ever seen. He's obnoxious. He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 fucking kids.
Yeah.
That he's in charge of. And
Horrifying.
and he just like, if you saw him and he goes and sings karaoke and it's just awful. And I always look at Will, the bartender, and I just go, he's in charge of 2 human lives outside of his own. And Will goes, God damn, and it's just like, it's baffling to me.
Ruins your day.
And I want to I do want to grab him and shake him.
Yeah.
And just be like, fucking
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
But I don't, because then I have to talk to him, and I don't want to talk to him.
You don't want that problem.
Yeah, I don't.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, it's dark, but yeah.
It's hard. This was a darker one. We've been pent up. Next week, conspiracies and Sasquatches.
So yeah, I'm against that. Yeah.
I'm also against it. Don't intervene.
Conspiracies.
Don't intervene unless it's like life threatening.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
if you see a guy,
if you're gonna save a life,
Yeah.
By all means. But
Yeah.
if you're just gonna fucking,
yeah.
you got to deal with some shit a kid and his
Yeah.
rat bastard parents. Fuck them.
You see a clown in a sewer with a balloon, run over, do something.
Not interested.
Other
yeah.
than that, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So against.
All right, guys. Hey, CoachKentMurphy.com/shop for all your needs. Leave us a rating, review, comments, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.